Hi, welcome to Nails Plus. Just gonna show you how I do my GelX set today. So I'm gonna start off with some SPF. My favorite is Bioma. I also like to clean up under my nails because I don't know what gunk could be under there, and it's kind of hard to reach once your tips are applied. My pinky I won't be doing today since there's a crack and you really don't want to get your your gel polishes on your actual skin, so I just want to be safe. All done. Next, I like to use my Sally Hansen Cuticle Remover. It's pretty accessible. You can find it in most supermarkets. So just apply a little bit to the nail bed and then let it sit for a little while, a couple seconds, and start to scrape it off. I like to use my metal cuticle pusher. Sometimes I get a little bit of leftover gunk from that last scent, so sometimes I'm scraping my actual nail plate but pretty gently. And don't also forget to clean your tools. I wiped all of my metal tools with some alcohol before I started. And just going in with an alcohol wipe to clean up any leftover gunk on my nails before I begin my next step. So to make sure we prepped our nails, we're gonna have to go in with our dehydrator and our primer. Both you can find on Amazon. So with the primer, I like to do 2 coats. Just try to get every part of your nail bed. Just in time for spooky season, we have the zombie peel-off base coat, which is helpful so that you don't have to soak off your nails in acetone, which could be really damaging. Just 1 coat should do right before you do your GelX. So, you need to set this for about a minute under your lamp, but I would also wipe it with some acetone afterwards because it's pretty sticky. To attach our tips today, we will be using Appraise Gel Extend Gel. I bought mine on Amazon. I'm also doing a quick trim on my nails. If I have any hangnails, I tend to do that. And for today's nail tips, I'm going to use Unigella. I love their tips. They come pre-etched and they're pretty affordable. I tend to mark which finger I'm going to use and which size so I remember on the top of my box. So I'm going to go in with my thumb first. And if you tend to have size small when you do press-ons, you might be able to borrow my sizing for your own hands. Just wanted to show how thick the extend gel is. So if you want to do a different kind of gel, just make sure it's thick and it's made for GelX extensions. So I start with the slip layer on my natural nail. Do not cure that layer. Then I'm going to go in my tip. Even though it's pre-etched, to help it last a little longer, I like to file it down. And if you happen to have a box of tips that are a little too big for your nails, you could file it down the sides to help them fit a little better instead of having to buy a whole new set. So I take a little bit of the gel, another slip layer on the tip itself so that the gel can flow in a singular direction. And then I'm going to add a bead to the bottom of the tip. Now, you're going to take your bead and nail tip, get it at a 45-degree angle, and place it gently on your nail. You can encourage it to flow by very light taps. Too hard and you'll have gel spilling all over your finger. Uncured gel can be a little bit dangerous, so I just make sure none of it is on my skin by cleaning it off with some 100% acetone and a little bit of a brush. Now to flash cure. I'm going to use a mini lamp to do this. You should not have just a mini lamp. You need a larger wattage when you're doing your full finger to get a full cure. It's just to set my nail kind of before I move on to my next nail. And I do that for about like 10 to 30 seconds. So I'm just sealing my cuticle by using my brush and some acetone to go around the edge of the nail to try to blend it in and hopefully remove any uncured gel if possible. But it's usually pretty stuck once you get under the lamp. So I went ahead and applied all my tips. Now for our blending, where the nail tip meets the base, we will be using our ceramic nail bits. Ceramic is better than carbide when you're doing this step because carbide tends to be harsher on your natural nails and you might be more prone to get rings of fire. So I'm going to start with our blending step. I got these from Amazon, but you can get them wherever you'd like. When I'm doing this step on my natural nails, I try not to go over 20 RPM. 20 is already pushing it, so really 15. Also, some important safety. I'm wearing a mask and I have my ventilator on or the dust collector on just to protect you from ingesting all the debris that comes off of the nail when you're drilling down. So please be safe, even as a nail hobbyist. blending step. You're gonna do next my overlay method, which is just to fill in the gap where my nail tip and my natural nail meet with a top gel. Typically that gel should be pretty viscous, and I'm using the clear brand to do this today. So I start by taking a little bead and putting it at the base of my nail. Don't touch your skin or flood your cuticle. But a little bead, and then I sway side to side with my brush to just try to fill in that gap, and then thin it out as I get to the top of the tip. I want the base to have most of the gel, and the actual tip to have less, because I'm just trying to fill in the gap. So today I wanted to do a pinky color. So I'm starting off with the syrup gel. It's not very opaque. It's like a very nice tinted color when you put it on. So just before I put on any gel polish, I like to file down my nails with a block. So this is a finer grit. It's not so harsh on your nails, just in case it comes in contact with my natural nail. And I just do it every time because I think it helps with retention in terms of how long your nails can last. So once we move from the tips being all applied and we do all our filing, gotta bring out our big mama, our big lamp, to do a full cure. And most of the gel polishes I use will be about a minute cure time. I was considering using my filter gels, which I typically use when I'm not wearing tips, just to add volume, and use the color blue because I haven't used it in a while, but I decided not to. The Nail Thoughts is a good brand if you want to try filter gel out. But instead, I'm going in with my OPI, their Hello Kitty collab. It's like a glittery confetti type gel, which would just add a little bit of pop to my nail look. We're all done, but I was thinking about using a charm. I didn't end up using them. But to finish up, I like to put oil on my cuticles. This oil you can find on Amazon. I think it's about $10. Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by Nails Plus. Please come and shop with us again.